Hey YouTube, starting this year off with a haul video. It wasn't really what I intended. I wanted to do a bookshelf tour, but I haven't been able to get them like I want for a video. So hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll do that. And I decided I would just kind of do hauls when I felt like I had interesting stuff to show. I don't think I really care for waiting to the end of the month. It just ends up being too many things I want to put up and put on the shelf. So that's how I'll do it from here on out. So just, I guess, a geek haul. I've got a couple of toys, some movies, and some books. So first up are these 3 pops. And I said before, I'm not really a pop collector, although I do find myself getting more lately. I had to get these 3 from Jaws. Jaws is one of my favorite movies. And I was in Books A Million and almost bought Chief Brody. And I was looking at him and Hooper, and they're like $10.99 there. So I looked up Chief Brody on Amazon, and he was on sale for like $5 something, and the other 2 were $8. So in Books A Million, I ordered these 3 from Amazon, and then didn't buy from Books A Million, which I guess is what's hurting bookstores. But I just couldn't pass on the such a big difference, $5 instead of $12. So, all right. Of course, now I kind of want the shark. So I see what buying pops does to you. All right, one other toy is the 8-bit Link amiibo. I only have one other amiibo, and that is the Super Mario Brothers 8-bit one, which I got several years ago. I found he was clearance for $5 at Walmart, and I just knew I needed a Link the same way, because these were my 2 favorite childhood games. First couple games I played, and to have a figure that looks like they do on screen, I think it's just cool. So I was, it happened to be in Target, and it was regular price, so I couldn't pass up on the Link. I got a couple movies this month, or so far this month. I do have a few more I want. I don't buy quite as many as I used to. This was kind of a blind buy. I didn't know anything about this movie at Astra. Heard it was good, but then I didn't hear much at all about it. And I heard it was kind of different, like Interstellar. I don't know if that comparison was just because it was 2 space science fiction movies. Don't think of it like Interstellar at all. Interstellar's wonderful. This is, I don't know if it really knew what it wanted to be. I probably would have rather I just rented this than have purchased it, but it is what it is. So here's the back of it if you're curious about what it's about and you want to pause and read that. It sounds interesting. It just, the movie didn't quite come off as good as I think it wanted to be. And of course I had to pick this up. This is the Target exclusive packaging. I think it's a very cool cover. Joker was one of the best movies of last year, and really excited to watch it again. Hadn't had a chance to sit down with it yet, but I mean, just fantastic movie, fantastic cover art, and it's got that art under the slip cover as well. So all right, got a few books. I'll go ahead and show you. I have 2 single issues. I had to make a little trip to Treefort, Louisiana for a doctor's appointment. So we made a couple stops up there, went to a comic book store there. The name slipping my Excalibur Comics is one I'll stop at when I'm there, and picked up Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Teen Titans, the Judas Contract. I've enjoyed these so far. I think they started off stronger. The Death of Superman one has been the best, but and then I also got Batman Last Night on Earth, book 3, which started very strong, I thought, and then kind of Book 2 is good. Book 3, I just don't think it stuck the landing. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get that. I'll double dip with a collected edition eventually. All right, show you a couple more from that Books A Million, from their bargain books. Batman Gates of Gotham. Don't really know much about it, but it's written by both Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins, which I think they're a pretty good writing duo. So there's the back if you want to see that. Like I said, I don't know much about the story other than I've heard of it, and I wanted it because of the two writers for sure. All right, and I've been picking up volumes of the New 52 Aquaman, Volume 5, Sea of Storms. I have the Jeff Johns Omnibus, so I've been picking up the other volumes from New 52. I think I still have a couple more to get, but they had Volume 5 for, I don't remember, $10 or less. I don't generally do a lot of bargain shopping. I also got this Dial H, the deluxe edition. This, I believe, was the New 52 run of Dial H. I don't know if the sale's still going on, but Books A Million had all their used books were 50% off. So I got this edition for $8, and it's in pretty good. The dust jacket's a little beat up, but for $8 for an oversized hardcover, I was pretty pleased. So I got a Second Charles. I think I'll end with Second Charles. These next two, I ordered these two Omnis from In the Stock Trades. They were kind of the last of my Christmas things. My wife told me to place an order, and I did right before Christmas, and they didn't come till the first week of January. So the Animal Man by Jeff Lemire Omnibus. Sorry, I decided I couldn't talk. Don't know a lot about Animal Man. I've been intrigued by the character. And of course, I know you've noticed that I'm a Jeff Lemire fan, so had to pick up something by him. And I guess you can probably guess the next omnibus, but the new printing of The Flash by Jeff Johns. And I was getting ready to start getting the trades when this was announced, so glad to have it. I'm a big Flash fan, and got a pretty good run, so I'm happy to be able to get these. All right, also on Treefort, which Second Charles. I've been going to Second Charles for a while, and generally what my family and I do, we'll take a bunch of books we don't want, and sell them there, which you don't get a lot, but it's sometimes better than dealing with eBay or like kid books. You don't get much for kid books, but they'll take them, and you get a little store credit, and we go and spend. So same kind of deal. I got a few volumes, some New 52 stuff. Green Arrow, Volume 7, The Kingdom. Don't know much about it, but I've been picking up some Green Arrow volumes where I can. This one was, $7.75. So pretty pleased with it. And I've been missing a couple volumes from New 52 Justice League, so I found Volume 2, The Villain's Journey, hardcover, standard size. It was $11.95, which some of the New 52 Justice League has gotten hard to find. And this next volume was $15 at Second Charles, which is a little more than I like to pay for a used book. But Volume 5, Forever Heroes, is kind of expensive on eBay right now. I looked while I was in the store, and the cheapest copy I think was $35 for this book. So pleased to get that. Like I said, Volume 5, Justice League. There's the back of that one. sure everyone knows about that. So now I'm almost done with the main Justice League run. I think I'm missing volume 6. So I'm sure once I get that, there'll be an omnibus or something. Then a big surprise at Second and Charles. There were several omnibus available. And Star Wars by Jason Aaron was there. It was $59, so I was pretty pleased with the price. This is something I've kind of wanted. I bought the Darth Vader Omni that came out the day it came out. Like, that was a run I just knew I had to have. I wasn't really feeling this, and I kind of kept putting it off. I almost bought it a few times, and well, I'm glad I waited. It's good. I've read part of it so far, and it's very good. And I do recommend reading this run. I was pleased to get it for so cheap. It was not marked like one of the books that was sold to them. It did say used, but I don't think it was. I think it was a marked down book because it had one of those dots on it. And if you buy a Second Charles, you might check it out. They had several Marvel omnibus in their books. Didn't see any DC. But anyway, I got one more thing I'll show for this video. I was debating waiting on it, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. I found this Jay Lee head sketch on eBay of the Batman Who Laughs. I think it's just terrific. The reason I was thinking about waiting is I actually emailed him to verify its authenticity, and he said it was his. I also asked him if he did any commissions from at home, because I'd rather, pay him directly for something. And he told me he didn't, that he only did stuff at cons. And so I thanked him. And anyway, that was that. I debated for a while, just because we don't get a lot of cons, of go ahead and getting this. And there was a couple others the seller had for sale. And went ahead and bought it. And the next day, he emailed me and told me he would do a sketch or commission for me at his next con that was in a couple weeks. So anyway, I went ahead and I did commission him to do something, and I'll probably do like an unboxing with that. So, I'm glad to have this piece. I wish I would have, just gotten it straight from him, but I am going to get something from him. I think he's a great artist, and if you've seen my other videos, I really like getting pieces from comic artists. It's, I guess, really, that's my new thing to collect. All this other stuff is, I'm always going to be a comic fan, but getting sketches, it's just great. So, yeah, the Batman Who Laughs from Jay Lee, and hopefully in a few weeks I'll do an unboxing or have another thing to show. I won't tell you what it is. I gave him a couple options of characters to pick from, so maybe I'll be a little surprised. So, well, that's all I got. Just let me know if you got any of this stuff or what you think, and we'll see you next time, either with maybe a collection video or unboxing, or who knows, maybe another haul. So appreciate you watching. If you're still here, give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.